There was a time where I was working and I didn't have a computer.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Beyond Code, where I bring your tech sis, tech bros to share their tech journey and their tech stories, their tech experience, for us to learn and get inspired. In today's episode, we have Tairu Abdulmateen, who is an automation engineer or a software engineer, and is going to be sharing his story, his tech experience with us. So stay tuned to the end, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
This episode is brought to you by Opolo Hub. Are you looking for a conducive and affordable workspace with an uninterrupted power supply and fast Wi-Fi? Opolo Hub got you covered. Level up your productivity today at Opolo Hub.
Hello, Tairu. How is the most prestigious department of Obafemi Awolowo University treating you? Why we are prestigious? Why are you looking at me?
You want the correct answer, you want the cool answer.
We want to vote.
To be honest, it's mixed feelings. Lecturers have been good and they have been frustrating also. So I've learned a lot, like academic wise. I have learned a lot from the course, to be very honest. Like it has helped me understand that there is actually a usefulness for understanding computer science outside of software engineering. There are courses that I've learned that I'm like, oh, these are very important. Outside of that, I kind of hate the fact that a couple of lecturers are outdated. So whenever they are teaching some things, you just understand that these people don't know what's going on now. And we both know that tech is fast growing,
Yeah.
continuously change. So it's that I say it's mixed feelings.
Maybe not that we're a faculty or we're about to be a faculty, maybe the way level of
Still the same lecturer, sorry. We have very brilliant lecturers. I don't want to mention names, but they're like some that are really brilliant, very good. But there are some who, I don't know, it's just ego. Like, they just like to show students that I am your lecturer, and that's all. And they don't know what they are teaching, to be honest, sometimes. So, it's still the same lecturers,
that
faculty or
comment.
department, same thing.
Well, I want to play a little game. So you're going to tell us two truths and one lie, and then we're going to guess. The viewers too, they are going to guess
Okay.
which is correct.
Uh, okay, let me see. One is I'm a first class student. Second is I'm the firstborn of my family. Third one is let me see. I'm a fan of cats.
Cats.
Yes, cats.
I think your one is a little bit hard. So I'm going to guess. You're not going to tell me the answer, whether I'm correct or not, but I'm going to guess now. Then maybe at the end, I can find out. But it's like a little bit hard. Okay. So the lie should be you're the firstborn of your family.
Wow. Let's see. Go on. Let's go on. Yeah, you said I shouldn't tell
Oh
you the
yeah.
truth, so
Or
let's go on.
you like cats.
Let's
I'm not
just
just
go on.
okay. Okay. Okay, so tell us about your origin story, your childhood, your tech background, how you started tech and all.
How can I say this without saying too much story? Because I feel like my history in tech is in different folds. Like there are like different sections, different stuff. But like to kind of summarize it, I've always been a very curious person. And remember I said my role model was my dad.
Mm.
Because he always has this thing of like asking me questions or telling me random things, you get.
Mm.
So I've been extremely curious and I usually ask him questions. Oh, like what is programming? I asked him one day and he said, oh, you want to know what programming is? Okay. He is a lecturer, mechanical engineering, so he knows MATLAB. He's really good at MATLAB. Sorry, my dad is not outdated like some lecturers here. He's really good at MATLAB. So he just taught me how to code in MATLAB in like 10 minutes. I was like, oh wow, this is good. I was in GS2, GS3 then. So I continued being curious. During GS3 time, I picked up Visual Basic because of when holiday and all of that stuff. My year was the time we had Ebola, so our
Okay.
break was longer. So I picked up Visual Basic, SS1 to SS2, SS3. I learned random languages, Python, Java. But I kind of took it extremely serious when I graduated from secondary school. So that was when I started learning backend 2017. So I learned it before the uni. Then I came
Self-learning
into
or
the
you went
uni.
to a course?
Self-learning. I have never, in fact, one of the things that slowed down my learning was the fact that I didn't even know any software engineer from the start till I entered this uni. So that was like from like 2015 to like 2018. I didn't know any
So you got to find out about backend engineering from just
everything
Googling.
myself, just
Wow.
Googling.
That means that is why you chose computer science
Yeah,
because you
kind of.
already like have an
Yeah.
idea. What motivates you? Like what keeps you going in tech?
Several things. Several things. I mean, first of all, I got into tech because I was very curious. I used to sit down and I used to read Wikipedia a lot. Like I knew the history of Zuckerberg, Jill Hosteen, Jack Dorsey. So like seeing the kind of things they could do, I was like, I could be that too. So that's one motivation. I feel like I can solve problems, I guess. I mean, I see what Flutterwave has done to this country, and I'm like, I want to do something like that. That's one motivation, to be very honest. I really want to build stuff that has impact. That's one. Another motivation is, I mean, we are Nigerians. Majority of us came from um, middle class
Trenches.
homes or like yeah trenches. We basically saw our parents being able to have two cars and two bedroom flats to struggling because of
Yeah.
the financial situation. So it's kind of made me feel like I should be able to step up and help to an extent. So those are like my two motivations.
So in your tech journey, have you like faced any challenge? Like what would you say is your hardest challenge that you've ever faced?
In the early period, I think it was the fact that I didn't have any motivation. Sorry, any what
Mentor.
they call a mentor. Yeah, I didn't have any mentor. Was one like I didn't know anyone till I came to the uni. So that was one crazy thing that kind of like stopped my career. Second one was early period also. I didn't really have like support. So I mean, my parents couldn't really afford getting me a laptop and all of that. There was a time where I was working and I didn't have a computer. So I had friends who would borrow me. I used three different friends' computers. So my dad gave me a computer and a sports. Then a senior offered to give me his computer. I used that and his sports. Then a friend offered to give me his computer. I used that. Then he collected it back. Then another friend.
Um,
Then I used that. Then the company I was working at, I asked for a laptop there. Then they gave me. Then I returned my friend's laptop. So like for over a year, that was
yeah,
also a
the
barrier.
struggle. You might be doing stuff that they think is maybe they are productive or they are just like wasting their time. So what do you say is the best way to like waste the time in this journey?
To think you can be a jack of all trades at the early stage. That's usually I always discourage that. Like you see people that will say, okay, I want to know about front end, back end. And at the beginning, they are learning all of it at the same time. They are not getting really good at one thing. They are just so they learn back end to an extent to say they learn front end to an extent. Go and learn. They just say, I do everything. What do you do? I do everything. Okay.
The advice is that you should learn one first,
Yeah.
master one first before you like get to another. What does your perfect day look like?
Ah, I'm sorry, I don't have a perfect day, but like
Okay, so what do you call a productive day?
a productive day is I try to wake up early. I like to wake up early. I mean, I'm a Muslim. It's kind of enjoying to wake up early because you have to
Okay.
pray early. So my perfect day is when I wake up like 5 a.m. ish. Then I pray. Then I have coffee. I probably go to the gym in the morning. Then I plan my day and I start working till evening. Then when evening reaches, I don't know, play games or just watch YouTube, watch Netflix, and I go to bed. That's always in my life. I don't do any other thing than that apart from school.
Okay. So talking about school, what would you say you learned being a CS student and also a software engineer?
So hmm, let me see. I guess it's the fact that so I've spoken to several. This is not even about being a CS student or not, but like I've spoken to several software engineers too, and there is a way they talk about software that just makes you feel like these people are just talking about the framework or the tools or how to just get things done. They don't really understand what is going on behind the hood yet. So being a computer science student has like made me understand that every single thing you do, every single code you write has an effect or an impact on one way or the other. Like it has a limitation, it has so being a computer science has like made me think deeper when building software. That's just a summary.
So what about being a software engineer like working as a software engineer? What have you learned in the field of working as a
Like
software
what
engineer?
have I learned? Like
Being a
really,
software engineer?
you mean from the basis of being a student?
No, like working as a
Working.
professional. Since you are not use senior, as a senior software
I'm
engineer.
not a senior. What have I learned? I don't know. I think I've learned that. So growing up, I used to wonder why do software engineers earn a lot of money? Like is it just some fancy field? And I got to learn that one reason why they earn a lot is because it's a very critical field. Like a little mistake will cost a lot. A little mistake in a fintech company's code could cost them billions and millions, you get. And most of the times, people are dealing with like high level stuff, like maybe bank money or some automation for medicine, something like that. So I've got to learn that every single thing you do actually has a huge impact most times, if you are, especially if you are working in like industry. So you have to be really careful. Don't just do things anyhow. Unlike when
Yes,
you
yeah.
are learning, you can just do anything anyhow. So that's one thing I've learned.
That means bringing AI, a software engineer AI delving, that means it's actually good since they will not be able to make mistakes like that in this field as a software engineer.
You mentioned what?
Delving like the
Uh,
new software engineer.
I'm not usually the right person to ask this kind of questions because
Are you against or for it?
I'm middle. You get like I'm not against or for it. I mean, it's technology moves very fast. Several things get outdated and several things get like you shall get. In the past, I think we used to. I don't know about now, but I'll just use my surroundings. In the past, we used to have like people like WordPress and co. They used to be like in high demand,
Yeah.
but now they're in little demand. You
Yes.
get so obviously, yes, I know that some things will grow out of demand and maybe AI might be the one to take it, but I don't know. I'm less bothered at this point in time. Like,
Nice.
I don't
Because
really care.
I really don't know why. Like, I know people are bothered, but I think the product is still like at the early point and it might not really be able to
Well,
pick
I
their
mean,
world
I
now.
believe that for every single software engineer, there is one thing they should be used to by now, and that's evolving because tech is very fast growing. You have to evolve. If you don't evolve, you get outdated. Nobody will hire you. So obviously, if by that time maybe Delvin is taking our jobs in one way or the other, it is definitely going to provide jobs in another way. So
Yeah.
you have to evolve into
But,
that way.
yeah.
So that's just my mindset, I guess.
What is your proudest moment in this tech journey? Like, you look back, you be like, thank God I did this tech thing.
Proudest moment. I really do not know from what context you asked in that question. Like, is it the one thing I've done that I'm proud of
Yeah, one thing
in
you've achieved. Yes.
achieved? I mean, apart from the fact that I can take care of myself without my parents, and I think so. I used to work for my stash. I don't know if you know my stash.
Yeah, I think they came
They
to
came to Ife
OA,
once,
yes.
yes. So I used to work for them, and I the CTO back then, we know ourselves from way back. We started, I won't say we started, he started one company a long time ago,
Okay.
2019, and I joined him. So we have that kind of relationship. So together we built my stash. I'm using together as if we both own the company. He hired me into my stash, and that grind and building something from like ground up in quotes to a level where it achieves like some certain level of success. I do not
Yeah.
want to go
Because
deep
I know
into
it
it
was
because
very popular on campus.
yeah,
Almost everybody.
I don't know if I'm allowed to give more information, but like there are some certain level of success that was achieved that I'm like, wow, so I can actually do this. I can reach this level. So that was, I mean, I'll work on campus. I'll see people wearing my star shirt, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You guys even had like ambassadors there that will be
yeah,
going around and be collecting. Yeah, I remember. Someone said like I attended the workshop and the person said that if you're a student and you want to like have a career life, you should choose one. Either you should choose one that you want to do well in. That if you are doing both of them, you can't do well in both of them. So as a student and a software engineer, do you think that it is impossible to do well as a student and also software engineer?
I don't like to use the word impossible because there are always exceptions. There are people who have done it
Yeah.
kind of like in the last set, there was a good software engineer who graduated with a first class. I think there are people in the past who have also done it. Good software engineers graduated first class. I know one person that I think she's in Microsoft now. She graduated from OAU final year, I think first class, probably the only first class, I'm not sure, in our own option. And she was very good. I mean, she's in Microsoft now. There are people who have done it. But then I get it. For an average person, probably it's difficult. I struggle with it. I struggle with it because there are times where you have exams and you have deadlines at the same time. One has to suffer. There are times where you have to do an assignment and you have deadlines. One has to suffer. You get. So there's an iota of truth in it, but it's not impossible.
If you had the attention of the whole world for like 1 minute, what did you tell them?
Attention of the whole world for
Like
one
the whole
minute.
world, or not just OA students,
Not
or
even just Nigeria.
not just Nigeria.
That
Let's
person,
start. Okay, let's start like this. If you had the attention of just OA students, what do you tell
OU
them? Then we'll
students.
now go to Nigeria. Then we'll now go to
OU
the.
students is quite difficult. I don't know. You want to hear me? I feel like we should actually stand up against these lecturers. Like, too many of them are too egotistic for my liking. Like, they do stuff and they know that they
And they
will
get
not,
away with it.
yeah, they get away with it. Something recently happened. I don't know if I should be saying it on camera, but like, I'll say it. Come and meet me. A lecturer arranged a defense for 10 a.m. Students came before 10 a.m., 9:50 to be exact, and she locked the door and she had started before them. Why? I tried to, like, something that hurts me is the fact that lecturers arrange their time and do things like students only do school all their whole life. They don't factor the fact that there are several other things students do. I mean, it might not be work, it might be self development, it might be some students are struggling. Like, things don't just come that easily. Some people calculate how they'll come on campus because of money.
Yeah.
So just putting something anyhow, it's not nice for students. That you're putting something by 10 and you're starting by 9:30. Then the people that came 9:50, you didn't allow them to do defense. You get, like, I wish OAU lecture students could actually like stand up and like make these lecturers know that. I mean, they say aluta, aluta, aluta. I mean, I feel that's one thing they can actually take serious. That
But
lecturers need to know their limits.
if we stand up against them, you know them too, they can stand up and say,
Not when
okay,
we do it in groups. I'm not an aluta person. Like, I believe there are things student union have won on. Now they have won. You get, there are things they have stood up for, and you're like, okay, this is the right thing. This is understandable. Like the school fees situation. But and they, I won't say they won, but at least they got progress. They all have
yeah.
them. Yes, but I feel if they stand up for this, they would also get progress.
Okay, so what about Nigeria?
Nigeria, I just, well, my own for Nigeria is that I feel like the government is terrible. Maybe we all know that the government is terrible. It's fucked up. Some I know many people believe they are not coming to save us, but sometimes I feel like we average Nigerians are also terrible people because there are some things that, like, let me give a huge example. You are given electricity by the government in quotes. I mean, technically, it's not the government because it's a private entity that owns it,
Yeah.
but in quotes, and you are bypassing electricity. Where do you expect that company to get the money to continue to give you good electricity. Then those guys run out of losses and they are saying they want to remove maybe tariff or something, which to be honest is not really a good thing. But like so many people who are bypassing the light and they can't get enough money. That's an example. And several things. Like average Nigerians are just terrible people. I mean, look at lecturers. You go to maybe you want to do something in any public office, and the person that is there is not a government person, it's someone's mother. And she will tell you that you stand there for 1 hour before she answers you. Like it gets.
I get.
And those things slow down several processes. I feel
It's
like
true.
many Nigerians are bad people and we need to change before this
Yeah,
country
if we
changes.
actually love ourselves, maybe our country will be better before we now fight the
Yeah.
Tinubu as a beginner. If a beginner wants to like join, become a back-end engineer or a software engineer, what advice would you give in
What the,
this period?
what the true answer or the good one? The true answer is
Both.
to run away. Don't do it. The true answer is to run away. Don't do it. Like what's my advice? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like to be honest, it's I always tell some people that come to me that they want to learn, they want me to mentor them. Because I'm always like, why do you want to learn? Do you want to? They say you want to get a job. There's a lot of money in this, blah blah blah. I'm like, do you know that if you start this thing now, you might not get a job in 2 years? If the person says, yeah, I understand that. Oh, cool, yeah, ready. The person is like, ah, what do you mean? I'm like, don't try it because you would be frustrated. Like I've seen a lot of people pick up coding. Sorry, I've seen a lot of people pick up coding because they wanted the money in it, and they are hustling and bustling for the first 1 year. They don't see anything, and they are like frustrated and they drop it. You get so if you are not ready for the long ride, don't start. Go and look for something else to do. There are some other things that will give you money quicker than software. But if you are ready for the long ride, that's why they say it's passion sometimes, it's not
Yeah,
money.
that money.
It can be anything.
But there are some people that they are ready for the long ride and they've been in this ride for a very long time, but they still don't have something to show for it. So those kind of, and because they really want it, because it's passion, they are still there and waiting for the day that okay, let's not show. So what will you tell those type of people?
To be honest, I don't know what to tell them because I'll probably say I was one of those people because actually I don't know. I really cannot pinpoint when I really started.
Okay.
But like I want to say 2017 because of that's when I actually started learning backend. And before I saw my first job was late 2019, and that one was even an internship. I'm like probably the first non-internship role was early 2020. That was almost 3 years. I didn't add the part where I was learning Python. Just I've started learning backend. I was already learning a framework, and it's almost 3 years. So yeah, I might be one of those people. So it's difficult. It's difficult, especially to get that first role. It's difficult to get it in this country also. So I don't have an advice. Just keep going. And I guess the only advice I have is like make yourself known. You don't need to be an extrovert, but like make yourself known. People will message you and say, "Give me a job." I'm like, I don't even know what you are doing. Like, I can't search your name and see say anything about you. One thing I always do is I search my name on Google. I'm like, okay, yes, yeah, it's something. So like, I want to be able to search your name and see that, oh, okay, this is what you are doing. Oh, yeah, obviously, if I see maybe you post a lot about what you are doing, at least you have a decent profile that shows what you are doing. You would come to mind when I see something. So that's just the only advice I have. Just be visible.
If money was not a factor, what would you be doing with your time? Would you still be doing back end or
I want to go into data engineering, actually, data engineering. Or I don't really care what I go into, but like every interview, they are like, what do you, what do you want to be in next 5 years? I always tell them one phrase. I want to use real world data to solve real world problems. So it could be data science, it could be data engineering. I don't really see myself doing data science, but like I think data engineering is really one thing I want to go into. But one reason I've not gone there is I need to continue doing what I'm doing and earn money. Like, you get
and get?
so Like, sorry to say, but like, I'm very bad at one thing. When something is trending,
You
I
don't follow
really do
it.
not, I don't indulge in reading or following about it until it's probably really serious. So like when the Web3 thing, the whole NFT thing, even this whole AI replace developer thing is going on, I just distance myself from it. I don't know. You can call me vanilla.
Well, you mentioned that software engineering is a field
Need
that
to
is
evolve.
trending, that is always evolving. So
Yes.
if you're not following it or reading, won't it like affect you when people are already like
Something
evolving
is
with
a
it?
trend and it has not yet made like, it's not yet a, no, something can be a trend and it does not become, I don't know the word to call it, maybe a normality or like
Yeah.
something that actually stands. NFT was a trend. It's not
Yes.
trending anymore,
Yeah.
kind
They
of.
are no more
Web3 was
making
a
money.
trend, like you get. So you would know when something is here to stay. So when it gets there, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the real deal, right? Okay, I think it's time to go there.
Okay. So how you know the ones that are here? Because people have been here for like years.
Has it taken anyone's job yet? Has it taken my job yet? Maybe when it takes my job, then I'll be serious. Right now, I'm just focused on my own journey. I don't like to get distracted. It's just my own philosophy. I
Yeah,
like
I
to stay
get.
on my own lane until that lane has something interrupting it, then I will go elsewhere.
Mm,
I don't
okay.
see Web3 in that lane at this moment, except a role or another job takes me there. I don't know. But like, it's not really
Nice. Okay.
serious. Of Web3 to Web2 is that Web2 it is centralized, it is
Centralized.
in one place.
Like the data.
It is in one
Yes,
place.
and
But
they can do
Web3,
anything they want to do with it.
Web3, it is everywhere. Anything that has to do
Okay.
with P2P means that whatever you have, I have.
Oh,
So I can use your data, which is already with me, to do stuff, right? It's just I'm not in control of it.
mm,
Web2 is probably there. If Facebook say they want to delete your account, there's
they can
nothing you will
delete
do.
it.
You get. If they want to shut down, there's nothing you will do. I feel that that's my understanding of
Yeah, I
Web3.
think
Like
so.
it is a P2P kind of thing. Like there's no centralized place for it. And in that case, there would still be data. I don't think data will ever not exist. Because if we cannot read data, we cannot do anything. Yeah, AI would die.
What's your um favorite memory or funny story? Like if someone asks you for a funny story, I want to know any funny story you have that you can share with us.
I don't think I have any funny story.
Like even growing up, anything that if you think about, you just laugh. Like was that me, or did that happen to me, or did that happen to someone? You get no funny story.
I guess the only one I have, I don't really remember anything, but I guess the only one I have is, okay, I remember one, yes. I always told myself that, I mean, seeing my dad, he's a lecturer. I was quite inspired by him. I wanted to be a lecturer too. So I had this mindset that okay, I wanted to be lecturer and also do software so that I would be different from normal lecturers. But coming to AU and seeing lecturers, I'm seeing how they probably treat them. I mean, I don't think they also get good treatment from the school or the FG itself. Like, so sometimes I think of it, did I ever think I want to lecture? I want to lecture. I don't know what I was thinking. And I still do it.
You can, but maybe not in Nigeria.
It's my day in Nigeria.
Okay, maybe by then it would have been better.
If I'm not doing it in this country, then I shouldn't be doing it at all. Because initially it is not my career path. So if I actually want to do it, it's because I want to have an impact here.
There's this question I've been asking a lot of final year students about about your final year project. So, what is your final year project about? If you would like to share it with us, would like to know.
I'll share. And myself, I don't know what it's about, to be honest. I just did one. So,
Okay,
like,
wait. In CSE, how do you guys pick? Do you come with your own idea, or the lecturer gives
it
you?
depends, all of the above. I
Okay,
came up with my own idea. I
okay,
proposed it to the lecturer. He liked it and said I should move forward with it.
okay. So, what's it about?
I want to build a reusable digital wallet. So, like, just to give deeper explanation, it's not going to be used by users. It's going to be used by other engineers. So you know, in Nigeria, we have many fintech companies. Anytime
Nigeria.
they want to build a wallet for their fintech application, they have to build it from scratch. And there are some very critical things you need to take note of when you're building wallets, because I've built rubbish wallets before and I've seen what has happened to it. You build wallets, the balance will be negative, which is weird when it's not bank. So like that kind of thing. I wanted to build like just one thing that's do install and just build
Continue
other things.
using. That's nice. It's nice.
I
So
hope it's nice.
it's nice actually. What will you use to describe yourself?
3 words. On my Twitter, I wrote 3 things that define me. Like it's my bio: football, software, and rants.
Rants.
Rants. Like
Rants. Oh, okay,
I
rants.
rant a lot. I like to read on average different kind of things. I've watched videos on things I shouldn't be watching videos of. So like I like to talk about them a lot when I'm with my close friends. That, oh, do you know that this, that.
Do you play football or
I
you
play football. I have a knee injury right now because of,
football? You play football, you gym, you
yeah,
play
that's true.
games
I do
too.
gym.
You play games too, and you're a student, and you're also working as a software engineer. How do you balance all this together?
To be honest, what I actually do is I am a software engineer. I go to the gym. Like those are the 2 main things I do. You
Okay.
get. So other things are just like, I mean, school kind of feels like a side also sometimes. And which other thing again?
Playing games.
Playing games. Like I only play games. I only play FIFA. Every single boy plays FIFA. I only play FIFA when it's when my friends are around, and that's usually like on Fridays
Okay.
sometimes. So that's like 2 hours or 3 hours in a whole week. So I also talk to them within those few periods. So
Okay, as you're playing. But do you have any like time management tips?
management tips. I'm still the worst to ask these questions. But like I was, first of all, I don't really read books, but I've attempted to read some of them. And 2 books that I know that I read that I didn't finish, but like some of those things I try to incorporate in my life is Deep Work and Tiny Habits.
Atomic.
No, this one is
Okay,
Tiny
tiny habits.
Habits. Yes,
Okay.
there's Atomic Habits. I
Yeah.
bought down, but I've not read the page. But Tiny Habits, I found it on my Kindle. I was like, what is this? So just to summarize, just to merge the two in together is that some it's easier to stick to good. It's easier to stick to some things when they are like, let's say, clues to them, or like, how will I explain it? You wake up early. How? You have an alarm. Okay, what happens when you wake up? You press your phone on your bed. Okay, put your phone in the parlor. Let it ring there. So you stand up and go and pick it up. All
Okay.
those kind of things.
Okay.
Okay, I get agitated by notification. Notification distracts me. So I turn off all notifications for every social media app on my phone. Only Gmail and LinkedIn. I just came up. Those are the only things that come up. So like that, I don't get distracted. Which other things are cues again? And I also deep work. It's like, oh, I want to go to the gym by 5:30. It's on my calendar. When it's 5:30, I just go and I drop my phone. I drop everything. I'm just in the gym. When I'm done, I'll pick it up. That kind of thing. When I want to work, that's the part I've not done properly. When I want to work, drop everything, just focus for 2, 3 hours. So those kind of things, those are the only like management I have. When you want to do something, just block a time and do it. And also like leave clues to help you do some things kind of. If there is something blocking you from doing something regularly, just remove it. Like if your phone is the one making you not to stand up from your bed early, put it far away. Can buy a physical alarm. I have a physical alarm. I don't use it anymore because when I wake up, there's nothing to press on my phone.
Back to our two truth one lie.
What were the things I mentioned?
You said you're a first class
Uh
student,
huh.
you're the first born of the
Uh
family,
huh.
and you play football.
No,
Oh
no, no,
no,
that's not
not
what I said.
football.
I said I'm a cat lover.
Oh
I
yes,
love
a cat
cats.
lover, yes.
So the
Can I change my answer again? Okay, no. My answer was you are a cat, like you're a cat lover is a lie.
and you also said that me being a firstborn was a lie.
Yes, but
Now
I
guess
changed
what?
that one. That one is the
Those two are the truths. I'm not a first class student. I love cats. I'm the firstborn of my family. I'm the firstborn of probably my generation. Family. I don't know. But I'm the firstborn of my family. I love cats. I hope I'll own one day. I'm not a first class student. I'm far from that. Well, that's it.
okay. I was thinking I'll get one. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. We've come to the end of this episode. So like, share, and subscribe. And you can follow Tairu on Twitter with the name
Code.
Take
But do
Code
they
and
really want
on
to follow me? I don't have interesting stuff there.
you rant, you rant. He said you rant. So if you like Twitter rant, you rant on Twitter, right?
Ugh, not anymore. It's not a safe space anymore. Twitter is toxic now.
Okay, what about on LinkedIn? You can follow him too on LinkedIn with your full
Abdulmateen
name.
Tairu.
Okay, follow him. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next episode. Bye.